Hey everybody, what's up? Well, I hope you're ready. This is your first lesson on your way to becoming your own therapist. So, what's a muscle? You think because you have so many of them, it must be complicated, but it's not. A muscle is a very simple thing, and they are all made of the same units, which are called sarcomeres. And the sarcomeres have only one job. When it feels electric current, they attach to each other. And when the electric current stops, they release and then expand as much as needed or as much as possible. Once the electric current stops and they do not attach, well, then you start having a problem. And we are in the sessions trying to untangle these knots and keep you from the danger zone. The gua sha is hundreds of years technology used in China. It scrapes skin, and that's what you need to do. The cupping, they're actually a little bit holy, if I can say that, because for the Jews, one of the smartest rabbis ever to live, the Rambam said, and I quote, that it's like from the medicine that is a witchcraft. And as for the Muslims, the Quran says you need to do this once a month. If you're Christian, well, I guess now you know, even though Russians, they're all no bunky. And in China, they use cupping in medical facilities. So everybody's using it. It's about time you get on board. I want you to separate the therapy sessions you know from this. This is regardless to your teams. This is regardless to your staff. This is you, so you can do it, and you need to do it in your own spare time. So before we start working, we need to apply some oil or butter. I use massage butter, but everything needs to be oiled up. And then we take the stone, the gua sha stone. By the way, I chose this because when you put it in hot water, like for 5-6 seconds, it becomes hot, and muscles love heat, okay? So to start, we're starting with the feet. We're supposed to have this and this as cushions, but most of you guys have this area flattened. So you just take and start scraping it. It feels a little bit funny at first, but you need to scrape it as if you're scraping it from the bone. And you will see a reddish color starting to emerge, and the fascia is getting looser. This heel part, exactly the same. You need this as cushions. And in between, we have the plantar fascia. If somebody had it, plantar fasciitis, this is that area. So see, if I move my toe, you see a string. This is painful, so you do it easy. It feels like a cord, but using the stone, you will be able to untangle this and then have a free muscle. Just like this, you scrape it. Around 20% of you guys have here skin that is like a stone. So no pedicurist will take this off. But you try this after heating it a little bit in hot water. You scrape it, nice and easy. See the angle is like 20-30% angle, and you just open the layers. After we've finished, we're gonna continue up. You got 2 mountains and 1 valley, so you go with the valley. This is not working on the Achilles tendon because this is the Achilles tendon. Here we got the posterior tibialis. So we scrape everything. It's like grounding your systems. Everything needs to be scraped. When you get to this spot, right over here, scrape it as well. When you go a little bit up, this is the area that connects gastrocnemius, Achilles tendon, and the soleus underneath. So you check it and you scrape it. And you continue your way up because these are twins and you need them separated, not as Siamese twins. So you go right ahead until the end and you scrape it. When you feel there is a margin in between, then you can start working on that muscle. There's the medial, lateral, and this is the hamstring cord. So you can scrape it as well. We're going to do the cupping after that. First we need to ground your muscles. So after this part, we go to the second side. You just scrape it. When you pull, you see this. Now it's starting to become a little bit red, and you feel the ridge. After doing all this, now you take the cup. Cups are easy. You just press, create a vacuum, and then place it. So when you go with the cup, this is like actually a deep tissue massage. You don't want to hurt your muscle, so the vacuum needs to be good. Not too much, but not too little. And if you feel something, you hold and then you work that muscle. You can leave this cup around 15 minutes with no worries at all. And then you start working your way back. I don't know if you can see this, but this is getting red. The most efficient way, I think, is to place it, feel the area, and then work that muscle. This technique will continue all over your muscles. You go all the way, as much as you can, and then you start working on the backside. Just like this. This is manipulating soft tissue using gua sha and cupping. You can put cups in the end also on your plantar fascia. Just attach it and work. One last thing, I want you guys to understand what ITB is. It's the iliotibia band. So this is a band, we'll talk about it next week, but the end of it is right here. And you see it when I start raising my leg. So this is one of the important areas. Needs to be scraped as well. So that's our first lesson. I hope the information was useful. When you buy the set and you start working, you know this. Practice makes perfect. If you have any questions whatsoever or comments, please share it with me. In the next week, we're going to talk about the hamstrings and the quadriceps, which are actually syncoceps, because they found another one. Yeah. Until then, be safe, stay away from the danger zone.